Don't worry, you're not tripping. You've just stumbled into Dan Does Sous Vide Pork Loin. Hello and welcome to Dan Does. In this episode, we're going to be cooking using a sous vide. Before we get into that, let's talk about this cut of meat. This is a whole pork loin, not to be confused with a much smaller pork tenderloin. This is about 9 pounds of meat. I picked this up at Costco, but you could pick up something similar at your favorite grocery store. It will most likely be labeled as a pork loin roast and should be somewhere between 3 and 5 pounds. I'm going to split this into 3 roughly equal parts, and I'm only going to use one 3-pound piece for this project. You'll see the other 2 pieces get used in future videos. The first thing we're going to do with this is rub it with half a teaspoon of salt per pound. So for this loin, that's going to be 1.5 teaspoons or half a tablespoon. I'm starting off with about half of the salt on top and rubbing it in really good. Then I'm going to flip it over and pour on the remainder. Gotta make sure and get inside of any cracks or folds. After it's all salted up, we're going to let it chill in the fridge for 2 hours. This is called dry brining, and it helps season and tenderize the meat. Okay, now that the dry brine has done its job, we're going to get this thing ready for the sous vide. I'm using a homemade Memphis style rub. You can find the recipe for this rub in the description below. If you have a favorite store-bought rub, that'll work too. Just like every time you use a rub, make sure you get full coverage and press it into the meat. For those of you unfamiliar with sous vide, it's this machine here that sits in a vessel of water. It has a pump and a heating unit, and it circulates the water, keeping it at the exact same temperature for the entire cooking time. I picked this one up for about $65, and before we get into cooking, we need to talk about plastic bags. There's 2 types here. They're both just fine for storage, but this kind, the one with the zipper, doesn't work well for this application. It just doesn't seal enough, and you don't want the water getting into the bag or your spices clogging up your water pump. So we're going to go with the Ziploc style bag. As a side note, you can also use a vacuum sealer to bag your meat. So we're going to bag this up and get rid of the cutting board. We'll bring our pot of water over and get the sous vide in the pot and tighten the screw to the edge. We now need to seal the bag most of the way, and we'll start to submerge it in the water. As it goes farther down, the pressure from the water will push the air out of the bag. We want to get as much of the air out as we can, so I'm submerging the bag all the way up to the seal before sealing it the rest of the way. Now we're ready to go. I'm going to get this thing plugged back in. Normally you'd already have it plugged in and running so that you're right at the cooking temp when the food goes in. I just had it unplugged so that I could show you the whole deal. You'll see that when I plug it back in that the temp is sitting around 133 degrees. That's fine, it'll get where it needs to be in about 10 minutes. So we set the target temp to 140 degrees. Then I'll set the timer. After 4 hours, the loin is ready to come out of its water bath and head to the smoker. Unfortunately, I was working solo on this one and couldn't go handheld to capture video of it going on and coming off the smoker, but trust me, it definitely happened. This loin spent about 3 hours in the smoker. Sometimes I get distracted and things go differently than I had planned. Since our loin was already fully cooked, 1 hour should have sufficed. You're just looking for a little color and flavor. When I cut into this, you see that it's pretty dry. In fact, after tasting it, it was really dry. It's not a total loss, however. In the morning, I'm going to slice some of this really thin and pan fry it in a little olive oil. I'll use it instead of bacon on my breakfast sandwich. The rest of it I'm going to cube and mix into a batch of baked beans for dinner. If you can save or repurpose food, it's always better than throwing it away. All this needs is some moisture and a secondary preparation to make it into a meal. And there's my pork and beans with some biscuits in the background made by my youngest kid and resident baker, Wolf. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell to get notified when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching. Now go out and do.